This is lesson 10, page 193. This is explore modeling and solving multi-step problems. Okay, so that is our standard. We're going to solve multi-step word problems posed with whole numbers and having whole answers. Okay. Now, when we're dealing with a multi-step word problem, those things that we did in the very beginning of school and very beginning of learning about math are going to be extra important. So our very first thing that we do is read the entire story. On a test, Lola scores 6 points on each of the first 3 questions and 4 points on each of the other 2 questions. How many points does Lola score on all 5 questions? So the first thing you do after you read it is find the question. Don't even look at any of the information yet, because sometimes there's tricky information in there that is only there to trick you. So, how many points does Lola score on all 5 questions? So this tells me that I am going to add how many points does Lola score on all 5 questions. So I could even start by doing question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. And then we are going to see how many points she scored on each of these questions. How do I know that there's 5 questions? Well, it says all 5 questions right here. Now I'm going to go back to the story and find the important information. On a test, Lola scores 6 points on each of the first 3 questions. I'm going to stop right there because I've already written out my work. So 6 points on the first 3 questions. I'm going to say 6 points for question 1, 2, and 3. And 4 points on each of the other 2 questions. 4, 4. So from here, I can just add them together because it asked me how many, and they're not all the same number. So that means that I can't multiply, but I can add. 6, 12, 18. We're going to combine our like numbers, okay? So here we have, we could even say here we have 3 times 6 equals 18. What would our equation for this be? 4 times 2 equals 8. And then I can add these guys. 8 plus 8 is 16, 26. Okay. So this is how I'm modeling my work. This is how I'm showing my work. Okay. Another way to show our work could have been using that model that we worked on earlier too. And I could have drawn 5 boxes to represent 5 questions and put a 6 in the first 3 and a 4 in the last 2, just like up here, 3 6s, 4 2s. Then I could have used this to create an equation, 3 times 6, because there's 3 6s, and multiplication is just repeated addition. So 3 times 6, put that in parentheses, plus 4 times 2. You have to put these in parentheses so that you know that those are going to be done first. And then you'd solve it. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 4 times 2 is 8. 18 plus 8 is 26 points. Same answer, different work. This is the one we're going to be leaning to. We're going to learn how to make these kinds of equations. So it says number 1. It says, explain how you found the number of points Lola scores on all 5 questions. Okay, so how did we do that? Well, we added them all together. Okay. Now you can model it different ways. So this is what I was just pointing out to you. So the first 3 questions she scored 6 on, so we're going to fill them in. The last 2 questions she scored a 4 on. And then you just add all these together to get the points she scored. But here is where our algebraic equation comes in. Okay, here we could say 3 times 6 because there's 3 6s. And you could do 4 times 2 because there's 2 4s. Either way, your answer is going to be 26. Number 3, it says you can model problems in different ways. Look at the bar model in problem 2A and your equation in problem 2B and write a different equation. What different equation could you write to represent the same problem? Okay. So you could write 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 4 equals P. Remember P for points? You could write it like that. You could write 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 to equal P. I like this one because then you have groups of 10. So there are multiple ways that you can express an equation. Okay? It's just up to you. It's up to how your brain works. So please follow up these pages with pages 195 and 196. Do the work in the book and then put them on the Google form that matches it.